Hello, my name is Professor Dokter. I teach in our business department if you don't know me by now. I'd love to meet you one day, but I'm here to represent our new small business management and entrepreneur pathway. Cerritos College was honored to get a mini grant in support of our entrepreneurship pathway. The state of California is recognizing California because of so many small business and entrepreneurs. That leads us to our gig economy that we're currently living in. So I'm happy to note that Cerritos is forward thinking and wants you to be a part of this segue. So today, we're going to be having a guest speaker here today to talk to you about what their personal experience is to help you better recognize something maybe you can improve on if you're an entrepreneur or a small business. So here we go. This is Dr. Vic Bezjian.
Hi, Derek. Call me Vic.
Vic.
Let's keep it first name basis.
I like that. Vic. Vic, can you tell our students about where you come from, maybe a little bit about your background?
Sure. I'm a first generation graduate and an immigrant. I came in from Beirut, Lebanon. I was born in Beirut, Lebanon. I came to California to go to university, and I earned my bachelor's degree in international business, and then I joined the U.S. Air Force Reserves, and finally, from day I enlisted till now, I just retired 37 years of service in the Air Force. And I started as a E2 and ended as a 06, which is a colonel. So I'm very proud that I was able to achieve that rank from enlisted all the way to colonel. At the same time, I've earned a master's degree in international business and a doctorate degree in business. And my passion is international business and marketing. I have worked over 20 years in the electronics industry and marketing electronics manufacturing equipment all over the world. And at the same time, after those 20 years, I joined university. I went in the academic field because I wanted to teach the new generation lessons I've learned from the international business into the future business students. So I was teaching marketing, international business strategy, and distribution, and a lot of the things that small businesses would need when they go overseas doing marketing and distributing their equipment and products. So my passion is to help the younger generation to learn faster from the mistakes of the people that gone ahead of them. So that culminated both my military background, my academic background, and my electronics sales and marketing background. And now I am retired from the military, and I have my own consulting business where I advise small businesses how to improve their marketing capabilities in global markets and not to make the mistakes other companies have made. My best thing that I can bring in is to minimize blunders. Most companies have blunders when they go overseas, and because of culture nuances and language differences. So my job is to help them prevent those kinds of mistakes. So that's a nutshell of my background.
Wow, very diverse. Yeah. Wonderful. I just love the passion that you have for students.
I do. I really enjoy working with the students.
Both sides, the marketable side
exactly.
and the educational side.
Yes.
Unreal. Can you show us or tell us a little bit more about what a person would need to know to be like an entrepreneur, or maybe some steps for a small business, how to be successful?
Well, entrepreneurship is a very big word when people don't realize what it takes to be an entrepreneur. It takes a lot of effort. It's a 24/7 job. And it is something that a passion you have to have, and it's something that you need to be involved, fully vested in it. Now, what I mean by that is this. When someone tells me that I would like to be a business entrepreneur, I always say, what is it that you want to do? And, it could be in a variety of things. It could be a big corporate environment, or it could be on a mom and pop store type thing on a small scale. So if your options are, do you want to start small or you want to start big? Ideally, a lot of the startup entrepreneurs are more on the small scale. And for those who are doing something small scale, let's say they want to start a restaurant or some small business, retail store outlet or service, I always say make sure you find something that you are passionate about. Because every morning you have to get up, go to work, you want to be able to say, I am excited to go to work. And if you're not excited to work, then you don't belong there. So it's not a job. This is basically an adventure for you. Every day is a new adventure. And it's tough. You have to work on it. You have to work really hard with this. So to me, my best advice is if you are going to do something, make sure you are passionate about what you're doing. You have to connect in your heart and in your mind what you're doing. That's very key for it. The next question comes up is, a lot of people say, well, what do I need? Do I need money? Do I need investors? Do I need partners, corporations? Now, a lot of these questions can be answered via basic research. You can do a lot of research. A lot of this information is available for you. Because I've heard people say, should I file a C Corp, S Corp, or a LLC? A lot depends. I cannot give a blanket information for you to go ahead and do it like a standard type thing, because every case is different depending on where you are, whether you're in a city, you're trying to market to a local area, or citywide, or a regional wide, or nationwide. So it becomes very dependent on the case, whether it's a product, service, whether it's a technology, a lot depends. Now, I understand there's the gig market now is working. Ideally, with the gig market is that you already have a job. You're working for somebody, and on the side, you're doing something else. Believe me, as an entrepreneur, that's the best way to do, because you have a steady income. You're not cutting your income from livelihood, your family, or whatever your livelihood is. So you have income, but in the free time, you're doing something on the side, you're building it. Now, provided you have a good product or service, whatever you're doing, that's going to take off. A lot of people think about entrepreneur is, I want to make money. That's not the key for it. Making money is not an issue. Do something that you bring value. You bring value to the customer. When you bring value to the customer, money will come. So if you do something you're passionate about, you bring value to the customer, the money will come. So that should not be your goal, that I want to make money. That's secondary. Gotcha. That's the byproduct of being an entrepreneur. So be careful that you want to do something you really enjoy and you're excited about it. And every Monday morning, if you say, I dread going to work Monday morning, forget it. So that's the key for it.
I really like how you mentioned the strategy of having your own job and doing it on the side.
That is very important to do it, because usually for startups, it takes a lot of time and a lot of money. And if you, let's say, don't have a job, or you quit your job to launch a product, what if it doesn't work?
Exactly.
So you still have bills to pay and you're not able to do it. So ideally, keep your job, do this on the side, build up till you get to the point that you're almost breaking even and you're able to sustain yourself, and you find out there's a success in it. Then you can consider, okay, do I go work part-time and then put more effort on my project, or do I quit and then start full-time on my job? But that's the best ideal way of doing it, especially with gig market. That's how it's supposed to be done. Great. You do it that way, and you might not like it to make it a full-time, but continue doing. I'll give you an example, like Uber driver or Lyft driver. That is gig market. Mm-hmm. So you're not stopping your business. You as a student, you're not stopping doing what you're doing, but you can generate funds and money on the side and meet people. So many Uber drivers I've met, they always tell me, what I like about my job is I meet so many different people. And that makes connections. You learn from people, and that's the idea of having networks, building network. Great. So to me, if you can keep your job and do something on the side and then build it up till you're comfortable with it, and then move on. Another question a lot of people ask me is, when I'm starting my business, should I hire my relatives? Okay, my question, this question is a very sensitive question. Usually people want to bring in relatives into the business. I say yes and no. You can hire or not. My reasoning is this. Why would you bring someone into the business? What value are they bringing to the business? if this person is, let's say, an accountant, they're expert in accounting, I say, okay, bring that person as an employee. They'll do the accounting for you. But if you're bringing them just for the sake of, well, I want to hire somebody from my family, keep in mind, are you willing to fire this person if they don't produce? If this person is not performing, are you willing to fire them? And if you fire them, is that going to create problem in the family? So
Well said.
be careful who you hire. But if you hire someone who's a specialist and you don't like what they're doing, you can fire them. That's a business. So it's a fine line you have to work. Now, it depends. If you have a good family relationship and everything, they understand, that's fine. The key is, usually when you bring family into business, there's always problems because somebody will say, well, I'm making money, I'm working too hard, you're not working too hard. So it's going to be very difficult to cut the tie in a family because you're going to see them after you cut the tie.
That's going to be very
So
challenging.
I recommend not to unless they have a very specialty expertise in it that you want to bring him. Like a lawyer. Let's say your brother's a lawyer. You bring him as a retainer. You bring him over as to advise you, but not to be full-time employee with you.
Gotcha.
So those are the types of things that a lot of people ask when they're launching a business. But some of the best resources for you as a new entrepreneur, I would highly recommend you to go and talk to somebody at the Small Business Administration. If you go to sba.gov website, they have tons of resources available for you, free, at no charge. They even provide you mentors, and they give you advice. They even show you how to write a marketing plan, a business plan, and everything that you need to launch a product, whether you need the loan, they even help you with government loans for you. So it is important for you to find what resources you have available free. And that's where I would start. Don't pay anybody to help you establish something. Go to SBA. It's a government entity that is helping small businesses, entrepreneurs to start business. So for me, to advise anybody, says start at SBA, sba.gov. And they have two offices, one in Glendale, one in Santa Ana. Those are the regional offices. You can go to the office. They have tons of paperwork that you can get for free, booklets and online resources. Start from there. I would say 80 to 90% of your questions will be answered at the SBA.
Or, Vic, they can go and be a part of our small business
Absolutely.
entrepreneur pathway.
Absolutely.
Then
That's
they can
why
learn
this
how to do a
program
business
is.
plan, all that stuff. But if you want to use that as an alternate method, that works as well.
It always helps to be with other people, like-minded people. So if you're in a classroom, like Derek said, the classroom can help each other, give you ideas. That's the idea of the whole entrepreneur, is that you want to network with other people, like-minded people who can give you options, or give you do's and don'ts, or what if this, what do you do? So those are the types of things when you are involved in an organization like Derek is doing, then you can go to the SBA. SBA can help you, and you brainstorm. You get ideas from each other, and together we can all rise up.
Great, great. Thank you for sharing, Vic. I really appreciate that.
That's very critical for students to understand. You're not alone out there, and many people have gone ahead of you. So it is important for you to tap on what other people have learned. And most entrepreneurs that I know, they use to help because they've gone through the difficulties. They want to help others to succeed. Because if I did it in the hard way, and then I see someone coming behind me doing it, I want to help them launch their business and not go through the same problems. If you can save time and energy and funds doing it that way, why not?
Be more efficient.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you, Vic, for your time today.
Thank you, no problem.
I really appreciate it. And I know our students are going to really benefit from all the things you had to say. Wonderful points.
And wish you all good luck, and don't give up. If you have a dream, pursue it. That's how it's done.
Make sure, students, you listen to that, maybe re-listen to it again, and practice in your own life. You'll be successful. And lastly, just if you're interested in the small business management entrepreneurship pathway, here at Cerritos College, it's an excellent program. It's 4 units. You can contact me personally at ddokter@cerritos.edu.
Thanks, Derek.